Hey guys, I'm Brian Chu from the Australian Gold Fund. I am at the Gold Coast Gold Conference and we're at QT. What I'm going to do is I will be interviewing a few people from bullion dealers, company executives, as well as also private investors. So let's check them out. Hi guys, I'm at the 2026 Gold Coast Gold Conference and with me is the chair of Aumega Metals, Justin Osborne. Justin, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for your time in accepting this sit-down conversation. Now, there's been quite a bit happening with Aumega Metals. It is a company explorer based in Canada, I believe the Nova Scotia region. Newfoundland, yes, that's right. Where a lot of things are happening, including Newfound Gold. There's also Marathon Gold, and this area is one of the most popular and one of the most popular areas for gold production and development. So is a great neighborhood. A lot of people may not know the company as much as they should, but this is the opportunity for us to dig down deeper into it. So Justin, would you like to tell us a little bit about the company, what it does, and what its latest developments?
Yeah, so we've been exploring in Newfoundland for about 6 years now. So we started life as a company called Matador Mining and had a name change to Aumega Metals a couple of years ago. Got a resource base there of 610,000 ounces on what we call our Cape Ray project. As you mentioned, Newfoundland is probably one of the emerging frontier gold districts in Canada. There's Marathon, which is now the Equinox Gold mine, the Valentine Lakes, a 5 million ounce gold deposit. It's just gone into commercial production. They're doing very, very well. Firefly, another Australian company, doing really good exploration for copper and gold in the northern part of the island. And then we've got a huge tenement holding there, 110 kilometres on the Cape Ray Shear Zone and another 40 kilometres on the Hermitage Flexure. So we set about 5 years ago to really do greenfields grassroots exploration on a tenement package that we considered very, very highly gold potential endowment. Yeah. That had received very little exploration over the years. So we've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort in the last 4 years on doing the early stage work that you need to do to understand the geology of a belt. Yes. And this is a belt that's it's all pretty much undercover, so it's difficult exploration in a reasonably remote part of the island, but quite readily accessible. Close to good infrastructure, so 25 kilometres from a town, close to hydropower, close to deep sea ports. So if we make discovery there, it's an area that you can very easily develop gold mines in. Yeah. Over the last 4 years, we've done magnetics, detailed magnetics, mapping, interpretation, and more recently, last year, we set about doing very large-scale regional till programs, till geochemistry, to see if we can identify gold anomalies under the till glacial cover that covers the belt. Yeah. So it's really taken us sort of 4 years to get to this point where we knew we had the geophysics, we knew we had the magnetics, that we've got detailed interpretation of the belt, but we're struggling to find a really good, effective way of getting geochemical signatures that represent potential gold targets and gold anomalies. The work we did last year with our till surveys, we think, has solved that riddle. Yeah. We did 2 huge regional scale till programs on 2 of our major targets, one around Cape Ray where our existing resources are, and another one at the Bunker Hill project, which is about 60 kilometres further along strike. And out of those surveys, we've now developed 2 or 3 really large scale, regional scale anomalies that are ready for the next stage of work. Near Cape Ray, we discovered a granitic body close to the deposits called the Isle of Mort granite, which we've done surveys over that and identified about 9 square kilometres of gold anomalism in an intrusive complex that also has copper, bismuth and molybdenum anomalism,
Yes.
which we can see appears to be associated with zones in a granite.
Yeah.
So next stage for that, when we can get access in this the next summer field season, it's all covered with snow at the moment, is mapping, field checking, a bit more geochemistry to develop drill targets. Further along the belt at Bunker Hill, we've got the same big geochemical surveys in the tills, and we've identified on our branch fault system a gold anomaly measuring about 3 square kilometres, and a copper, lead, zinc, silver plus or minus gold anomaly stretching over about 4 kilometres adjacent to an area where we drilled some porphyry intrusives early last year. So that anomaly is about 4 kilometres long. So big scale anomalies. That again is ready for the next stage, which is field work, doing mapping, a bit more geochemistry to really hone in the targets, and then drill tests. To be able to do that drill testing, we need money.
Yeah.
We've had a game-changing capital raise earlier this year, just a few weeks ago, back in February, where we were able to raise quite astoundingly $30 million.
Canadian dollars. Yep.
So at a premium to the prevailing share price, we're able to tap into the flow-through funding raises that you have access to in Canada. So we've out of $30 million, there's about $14 million of flow-through spending or equity that we've raised, and another $16 million in hard dollars. The importance of that is that flow-through money has to be spent on exploration.
Yes.
And we've got 2 years to spend that. So we've got well funded now to do our next phase of field work, which is mapping and sampling to give us the best possible drill targets. And then second half of this year, we're hoping to be able to get in and start drill testing these fabulous anomalies that we've identified. So it's been a long time for shareholders, I understand that. It's 4 years of hard work, but we really see a lot of catalysts this year. And while we're doing all of that, we're still working on the resource base.
Yeah.
That's 600,000 ounces, which almost covers the value of the company already.
Yes.
We're going back to that. We've relogged all the core, or we're in the process of relogging all the core, updating the resource models, and we know that we've got potential extensional targets in and around the model, the resources, that we can incrementally grow those as well to keep growing the resource base while we're doing this large-scale exploration work. The prize for us and the reason we're here is to make large-scale gold discoveries. They're going to be big enough to build decent mines on. So we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 5 million ounce deposits similar to Valentine Lake up the road.
Yeah. It's interesting that you mentioned there's a lot of exploration work, and the company is largely greenfields, even though there is an existing deposit at Cape Ray, which initially had 837,000 ounces, but they were more inferred ounces, and then as you updated the resource may have been smaller, but there was more indicated classification, which meant there was higher confidence. Yep. And the company set that aside for the meanwhile and then focused on the exploration. Now, regarding the funding, it's interesting that this is not the first time the company managed to secure significant institutional funding at higher than market price. The previous time you did that would have been, if I remember correctly, end of 2024 when you raised 16 million Canadian dollars, also at a premium. Now, can you tell us a little bit about what is bringing the institutional interest to the company? When they came up to you, when you guys sat at the table to discuss, what was it that they found compelling about the company?
Yeah, I think we're quite unusual for a junior company in that we're doing exploration on large regional projects, and we're doing it in a manner that a major company or a large company might do it. So it's systematic. We do very good quality magnetics. We're doing large-scale regional programs. So our geochemical programs that we've just done they're huge. So Bunker Hill was, it's an area measuring over 100 square kilometres in scale, routine, regional, systematic geochemistry over the whole belt. really good quality structural interpretation, getting good consultants to help us with that. So a guy called Brett Davis out of Perth, is one of the best for that. So we're doing exploration. We've got a long-term view as to what we're doing. We're looking for large-scale discoveries. We've got a systematic way of doing that. We go through and we rank our projects, we rate our projects, we try to prioritise it the way a really good exploration company would or should be doing it. So what's attracted the institutions is that they're seeing large-scale regional programs. We've got a big tenement holding. We're doing exploration in a really systematic, technically savvy way. We found ways to see through the cover, and with a longer-term view. So they're looking at getting access to big-scale discoveries with firstly a technical team on the ground who are doing a really good job, and a board who has got a good quality board and good quality management. So on the board we've got people like Nikki Adstead-Bell, who's been a fund manager and she's really well known in the gold investment space and the gold space.
Yes.
James Whittle, who was managing director at Rupert Resources, who discovered the Ikari deposit in Finland, was also a fund manager with Baker Steel. So really good quality there. Myself, I was at Gold Road Resources when we made the Gruyere discovery and took that through from discovery through to production. And so we've got a track record on the board of making discoveries, and we've got a track record in the exploration team of doing good work and making discoveries. VP of Exploration, or the President, Mike Skeed, is really experienced in that. So that's really what's been attracting the institutional shareholders to the company. In addition to that, we've got a corporate as well on the books. So B2 Gold have been there for about 4 years now. They own 9.9% of the company. On that last raise, we got Condire Investors, who are a big fund out of Texas, who came in for 19.9% of the company. The rest of the register is it's full of really well-regarded, well-renowned, long-term resource investors. Yes. Mostly in North America.
Yeah, and you also have quite a few of the newsletter readers on Gold Stock Pro in my newsletter service who have been on this for quite a number of years. And the reason why, despite the share price performance, I have refrained from saying, no, we're gonna just cut our losses. It's because we feel also there is a long-term perspective. There's a long-term prospect in there. You are in good neighborhood. You're also in an area. You've also been doing quite a lot of drilling. Not all the drill results have been astounding, and I think that may probably have partly contributed to shareholders' reaction, because they're probably more inclined to look for what we call sugar fixes. It's quite interesting. The drilling we did, and the drilling we did last year, it's almost what you'd really describe as stratigraphic drilling. We're going into areas that have had no drilling at all, and it's like, what are the rocks here? What are the rock types we're seeing? And we drilled a dozen holes or so last year. One of the holes we intersected, it was almost 2 metres at 1.8 gram per tonne, which doesn't sound like very much, but that was the first hole into a gold structure that had never been drilled before. Yes. And that gold structure you can map, the branch fault, you can map that over tens of kilometres. Yes. The follow-up geochemistry we did last year has now defined a gold anomaly in the tills in that same area over that structure, which is measuring 2 square kilometres. So we know that the gold structure's there, and we know that there's gold in the till. So that's where we think we've got a good area for drilling. Some of the other drilling we did last year, while we didn't hit copper or gold mineralisation, intersected porphyries. Yes. So that's another thing, we've never seen porphyries in this belt before, but this region should be permissible for porphyry gold, porphyry copper mineralisation, given the tectonics of the belt. And to go in there and drill with that in mind, and the concept that there could be porphyries here, and to intersect porphyries in that drilling was, I think, a real standout positive, and it gives us something to really look forward to going forward.
the geochem survey we did post that, we've now got a 4 kilometre long anomaly which has got copper, lead, zinc, silver striking into where we got the porphyries. So there's something really interesting going on there as well. So it's something that we've been cognizant of. You know, we haven't got any of those sugar hits, and they might be nice to have, but I kind of liken this, and the work we've done, I kind of liken it to creating a bow wave. So we've done all of this work. It's taken us 4 years to get here, and the data's building up, the information's building up, the targets are building up, and we've got this bow wave that I hope now that we're just going to be able to surf the bow wave and just start drilling and pick off the targets along the way on this big bow wave of results and targets that we've been able to generate in our portfolio.
Well, Justin, I believe that the shareholders and the institutions, there's a huge gap between what the institutions see as a potential for the company, and hence they're willing to throw quite a bit of cash into the company, 46 million Canadian dollars over the last 2 years, while the shareholders have held back. And that's why I came to talk to you to help us fill that gap, to allow us to get an understanding of where the company is heading, what it is that shareholders are currently missing. I appreciate you giving us that information. And how would our readers and our video viewers be able to contact the company?
There's
investor relations.
There's the investor relations. Can't find it. It's there's information. There's, where is it?
Yeah,
this one here.
Right,
yeah. So info at omegametals.com. That will goes to our company secretary and the managing director, Sam. So Sam's based in Toronto. Our company secretary, Carol Marinkovich, is based in Perth. So information, any queries will go through to there, and Carol can direct them to either myself or Sam.
Okay, thanks very much then, Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that video. And if you want more information, please feel free to contact Aumega Metals. And if you want to learn more about what we do at the Australian Gold Fund and also Gold Hub Australia, check out our website. And if you're a Gold Stock Pro viewer, you get first dibs in this video. We hope that you enjoyed it. And I know that quite a number of you've actually been long suffering, but at the same time, I believe that good things come with time, and it's clear that the institutions are willing to invest their cash into the business because of what they're looking for. And I feel that we will continue to await more developments from the company as they drill and continue to discover and make further discoveries and learn more about where the potential is to add to the existing deposit at Cape Ray. So Justin, thanks very much once again.
Thanks, Brian.
And God bless.
Cheers.